Welcome to Auburn, home of the classics, Auburn Cord Deusenberg Museum, which is in the 1930 Auburn Cord Deusenberg Administration Building, built in 1930. Not a good time to be building fancy showrooms and administrative buildings for a country that were suffering from the Depression. 1,350 banks were closed, and we're here in Auburn, Indiana, on a detour from San Diego to New England. And what used to be the 23-acre site of the factory works, machine shops, assembly plants, now has a truck museum, National Automotive and Truck Museum. So here's the big old factory plant on Gordon M. Burig Street. Auburn Automobile Company. We're taking a factory-style tour. Too bad the factory's gone. Now it's a museum. Auburn Automobile Company, 1900 to 1937, Art Deco-style administration building, built 1929 to 1930. Housing departments of Ford Corporation, manufacturer of Auburn Cord and Deusenberg automobiles, became Auburn Cord Deusenberg Museum in 1974, listed in the National Register of Historic Places. It's a beautiful Art Deco building. We'll take a look inside. Take a walk through the building. We'll go check out the second floor. We're in Auburn, Indiana. It's a fall day. It was raining. The rain stopped. It's cool. It's going to snow real soon. Here's the main entrance. Home of the classics. Beautiful brass work on the outdoor. Hi. What a main staircase. Prestige in this concrete building with Art Deco ironwork, full of beautiful Auburns, Cords, and Deusenbergs. In the original 1930 administration building with Art Deco lamps throughout, and even cast into the concrete columns. Beautiful. America at its finest. The Timothy S. Durham Gallery of Classics. '29 Auburn Cabin Speedster. Auburn V12 chassis. Twin downdraft carburetors. Tiny carburetors. Hydraulic brakes. Back in 1930. Muffler cutouts. Get that loud sound. V12. Auburn 12. Auburn 1932 V12. Auburn 12 Saloon Phaeton 1933. Packard 12. 59,000 mile original classic. Chinese red, repainted 1995, 1938 V12, Packard. Pierce Arrow, 1936 V12, Pierce Arrow. '48 Lincoln, V12. 1922 Lincoln Model L limousine. '29 Stearns Knight. Inline 6, Stearns Knight. Lincoln Model L Brougham Town Car. A Brun Brougham Town Car. Omaha, Nebraska, 1929, V8. Here's a low and sleek looking, somewhat more modern boat-tail Speedster. 2003 boat-tail Speedster. Looks old. 2003. Kind of sort of more modern than you'd expect. 2003. 1932. Oh boy, color. The Speedster. 1932 Auburn 8/100A. The Speedster. 1928 Speedster. 1929 rather, an 890 247 cubic inch V8. Wills St. Clair Roadster. Associate of Henry Ford, engine metallurgist. Less than 14,000 miles on the Wills St. Clair. Wow, here's an original L29, 1929. Incredibly original example that is an important historical artifact. First full month of production, the earliest unrestored. Driven and enjoyed. Cord L29 from 1929. Deusenberg 8. Model X, rarest passenger vehicle that Deusenberg produced. A total of 13 were produced in 1927. It is a transition between the Model A and the Model J. In fact, it was Fred Deusenberg's attempt to revamp the Model A on a shoestring budget. When E.L. Cord bought Deusenberg, he had bigger and better ideas for the next Deusenberg. This wonderful vehicle is very original and was owned new by the chief engineer of General Electric. Note the original interior, paint, and hat holder in the ceiling. $7,500 car. Back in 1927. Cord L29, front-wheel drive, 1930. Beautifully restored. (1927) Model Y Phaeton Deusenberg. Transition between the X and the J. Several engine configurations. This is the only car that was finished because it was a prototype. Augie Deusenberg was given the task of destroying the engine and chassis, but he kept this body. Mounted on a Deusenberg Model A chassis and put on some non-Deusenberg wheels. You'll never know why, huh? The body is believed to have built as an in-house prototype. From the cowl forward, it is very clear where the design for the Model J Deusenberg was heading. The sheet metal is identical to what went in production a year later. 1927 Model Y. Just noticed some of the comments here. This beautiful Phaeton was restored from a basket case by its present owners, 1930. From a basket case, literally dragged home in a shopping cart. And it's leaking oil, which means it's full of oil, which means it's a running vehicle. It's gorgeous. The Auburn Cord Deusenberg Museum. A Franklin, 1929 Franklin. Air-cooled engines made in Syracuse, New York. 6-cylinder Franklin. A few more to see. Check back in a second. Rockstar.